Yata, motherfuckers. I live. Yeah, I just got... It's just, sorry, my phone... I always have the stream going on my phone to monitor it, and then I hear myself twice. I'm like, oh shit, mute my phone quick. Yeah, I just got massively fucking felted by Windows. How was your Tuesday been? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, my computer was kind of pokey, kind of slow, kind of iffy, so I'm like, oh, I'll do a restart real quick before the stream starts. And then Windows went, hey, so you want to update, huh? I'm like, motherfucker. Mama didn't tell me about no updates. And, well, that meant I had to wait. So instead I just went and cleaned the house while I waited. Windows is so rude. And what was funny, too, was that I was grabbing a video because there was a video, just a quick update, 20 minutes in and out. It would have been fine if it wasn't for the fact that, like, I had something to do at 6. Anyway, but yeah, another thing that has reminded me that our modern tech stack is built entirely on bullshit and AI-generated code is I went to grab a video because I wanted to show you guys a video before we got started with the game, and it was on Discord, and Discord cannot download files directly to the host system. It has to open a web browser first. So you have an app built in Electron, which is web browser, that cannot download files and has to open a web browser to download files. And I'm like, again, I had to open a browser anyway to start the stream, so like it's not the end of the world, but just, you for real? You fucking serious? Is this how we're building our applications now? So, yeah, no, technology sure is wonderful, and this is your weekly reminder to go read Ed Zitron's newsletter, because there's nobody else who is accurately relaying the frustration of living in 2025 than Ed Zitron. So anyway, I did mention that I wanted to show you guys a video real quick, so I'm going to do that. Let me go ahead and... That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Yeah, okay. So we're going to unhide and transition. This is actually what I was going to open the stream with, but then a much better, much stronger update. Jake, you're saying late on Cammy's stream, DCB says on After Sleep. Thank you, DCB. Very cool. Unfortunately, Jake has a job. Anyway, so here's a video that I was going to start the stream off with. So if you're in Somnolescent, you probably have already seen this video. Almost, though, fucking clean. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm going to 100% solo B, but it's also not the goal. I just need to pass it with enough gusto. So yeah, I've finally managed to decently reliably start hitting it full speed. I still have to work up to it, like, you know, a 10-minute warm-up or whatever on the slower speeds before I can get back up to full speed, but it's not going to be long until I will finally be able to pass Jordan. 5 stars is basically a given as long as you can keep combo the rest of the song and then also not fail out. So finally, I will soon have my Jordan 5 stars. I will have 5-starred the entirety of Guitar Hero 2, 1, 2, and 80s on Expert. The achievement is within reach, but also just having finally completed the set list after literally 18 years of owning this game, I'm very, very close, and that is very exciting. And I have a very fun video to post with it once it is done. You guys, you know what they say. You know what they say about me. He's going to take you back to the past. So you know, I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. But anyway, we're going to get right into the game because we are already late as fuck. Thank you again, Microsoft. But yeah, we're just going to, like I said, get right into the game. And also, something fun, because I was talking about rhythm game achievements, this is what my memory card looks like now, my finished game memory card. I know it's hard to read with the chat in the way, but I've used up now almost 6 megabytes on this memory card. And you could see that I've now got a completed Rocks the 80s save, Track Pack Volume 1, Gold Starred, everything there. I think I showed off my incredibly stupid method for hitting the Spiral Riff and Joker and the Thief, the tapping method, so it worked. First Guitar Hero, all 5-starred on all difficulties. Classic Rock Band Track Pack, that was 19 of 20 gold stars. You have to be damn near perfect to get gold stars on Take the Money and Run, which is just not happening, but I was pretty satisfied with my 180k. And then just today, I beat my own custom disc, Rocks the 360, which I am so much better at this game than I was in January when I left off. So, I don't know, there's just something that feels pretty nice about, like, wow, I actually... Because when I started playing through the 2-set list, Guitar Hero 2, I started on easy and worked my way up, and I was like, man, can I really call myself an expert player? Like, I can kind of keep up on some songs, but then it gets harder, and, like, I really can't. And now I think I pretty definitively can. There's still, like, the top tier of songs where I will switch back to using a DualShock, but we're talking it has to be, like, detonation levels of crazy. Even Bark at the Moon, actually, since it wasn't, Rocks the 360 finishes with that song because they ported it from Guitar Hero 1 to 2 DLC for the 360. That song is Unmitigated Ball Cancer in Guitar Hero 1, and then in Guitar Hero 2 I got it first try. So, very, very pleased. Once I am done with the Jordan grind, I will finally get back to just authoring for the game and then playing my customs. I know that you can't hear it. I don't think you can. Maybe you can hear it. Yeah, I mean, it's unmuted. I do have to turn it back down, though, because it was pretty loud. And I don't want to be competing with the game. I heard it. Okay. Excellent. I gotta remember where my volume was set before. Yeah, that should be fine. Actually, here, I'll even turn it down a little bit. That should be fine. There we go. How has the last week of your life been, chat? I know that last week was kind of a messy aberration as far as these streams go. I will now have a policy in place where if I need to play with controller shit, I'm going to be doing it a couple hours before the stream, because I'm just not going to have you guys watching that shit anymore. I felt bad. I downloaded a sick album today. Cool, what album? And then good, lots of work on Wisp today. Yes, I did see you in, how do you say it, Scrivener? I did see you in that all day, so it's good to know that you were being productive while I very much was not. I'm just going to play through this through the OBS window. I finished a class and started too. Congratulations, the learning never ends. The Little Explorer. I've never heard of it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I live in Skyrim now, sorry. It's funny, because Kevy hadn't even thought about opening Skyrim for the longest time until I was like, hey, can you get a screenshot of Inigo? And, now she's all over it again. So, very happy. I mean, Skyrim is a good-ass game, so there's people who get bitchy about it, and are like, it's not that deep. It's like, I don't want it to be that deep. If it was that deep, it'd be Morrowind, and I don't want to play Morrowind. I should play Skyrim while this runs, because it's tough doing a storyboard and watching a video. I'm sure it's tougher to play a game and storyboard at the same time. I'm still impressed that this so-called human little elf boy is perfectly fine out here in what is blatantly the Arctic in a sleeveless tunic and half shoes. That's some he's built Ford tough, I suppose. Elf? Snow? Is this Skyrim? Unfortunately not. This is what we call Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy for the PlayStation 2. There are no elves in Skyrim. There aren't? What do you mean? Jack, America's most patriotic brand. He's more American than apple pie and baseball. Oh god. Speaking of ball cancer, this fucking ice. There are only Nords, and non-Nords. We have had many discussions in the chat about how racist Skyrim is. Which is pretty fun. Not gonna lie. I legitimately think it's fun that both sides suck. It really is a very Savannah thing, isn't it? I decided to buy Saturn Quake after what you told me about Power Slave. Learned today they wanted to port it to the PlayStation, but never did. Power Slave's another one of those games I still gotta play. Actually, funnily enough, I've been looking at ISOs to download to try, because I'm definitely nearing the end of my like Guitar Hero grind. I mean, if we're talking about 2 Rock Band track packs, all 3 Harmonix Guitar Hero games, my own Guitar Hero custom disc. You know, that's a lot of rhythm gaming stuff. I'm figuring like, oh, maybe I should start looking for other PS1, PS2 games to play, and so I've definitely got a couple on the list. But I want to say Power Slave was on the PlayStation, or no, it was not. You just said that it was not. Never mind. I might be thinking of it being on PC. I know that it was originally a PC shooter, and then they like remade the engine for the Saturn. It's really weird that the Saturn got these two 90s FPS games and the PlayStation didn't. But then again, the PlayStation also got Medal of Honor, so that's another game that I've been meaning to try out. Whoops, he's dead. Man, alright. I should have stated your precious forest wood elf based. Sorry, I have to actually switch. I actually have to switch my TV over because I was just playing in the OBS window and I can just feel the latency. So let me just switch over. Oh, so much smoother. Fuck. Also, just before the stream started, that the SNES Doom guy, yes, Randy Linden, I want to say his name was. I was about to say Randy Marsh. That's not it. Managed to port Quake to the GBA back in 2002. And fun thing about that port, because he obviously could not use the official Quake assets for the port, he used some custom Quake levels that were using community texture sets. So in the little demo, there's Rubicon textures and stuff, which is like sweet as hell because I love the look of the Rubicon textures. There was a fun little, it was a very little set for retro achievements for the Quake Game Boy set. Oh god, nope. Can I make that jump? I can. Nice. But yeah, it's an impressive ass port. He's a talented dude. He did port E1M1 normally, then made unique assets later. I don't know if E1M1 was in the version I played. I want to say, because it was a, I remember there was a, I don't know how you pronounce it because it's a Dutch word, but it's like Ard Appel, whoops, fell. That guy, he was an old school Quake mapper, and one of his levels, I think, was in the Quake for Game Boy port. It's been a while, but it was definitely very, very neat to see. Also, wasn't he the guy behind Bleem? And he got hired at Sony to work on, I don't remember if it was like the PS1 emulation in the PS2 or something to do with one of their MMOs. Something like that. I want to say he worked at Sony as well. And it was entirely because of his work on Bleem. The video had E1M1 and OG assets. Maybe. Could have been a different build entirely also of the one that I played. I played the one that the set required. It would totally check out if he was the Bleem guy as well. Because, you know, Bleem was super crazy porting as well. Sorry, I just had to turn my speakers down. Honestly, early emulation stuff kind of almost impresses me more than modern emulation stuff. Because modern emulation stuff, the knowledge, don't get me wrong, it's hard as fuck. But the knowledge is just a lot more there now, whereas back in the day they had to do a whole lot more, basically hacking. I know that Daxter just said something and I didn't hear. I'm sure he told me how to kill him, but I did not hear. But anyway, you know, a lot more hacking basically had to get done. Like I remember they were talking about how, what was it? There was a specific Super Nintendo emulator that was by and large written in just like raw assembler, because that was the only way to get Super Nintendo games to run on like Pentium class systems at full speed at all. And that's also the same reason that Roller Coaster Tycoon ran so fast, it was also written in assembly. So basically what I'm saying is, write in assembly, because there's only upsides and no downsides. Portability, you don't need that shit. Get it twisted, you will win. Trish had an interest in writing assembly for a bit. Oops. I was too busy paying attention to chat. Assembly is neat. I mean, because what it is it literally is treating the computer like a gigantic calculator. Ya bitch! Get over here! There we go. Yeah, so, I mean, you're literally doing every calculation and every single bit of, like, register stuffing and all the calculations and stuff. You have to do them manually, and that is damn impressive. I've always admired assembly, even though I'm obviously not the type. Oh my good lord. These guys are brutal. Do not get between me and my scout fly box. Fuck. He did. There we go. But yeah. No, definitely super impressive stuff what he was able to accomplish. And in a way, I feel like, here's the thing. For me, when I look at, like, because I was getting this, because I was looking at finishing the Doom 32X set recently. It's not that bad. I don't mind the music. The game runs at a pretty decent FPS. Like, it feels pretty good to play. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not the PC version, but it's not bad. It's not all that bad. But it routinely gets considered like one of the bad Doom ports. And it's like, man, honestly, any of these are like impressive if you look at them like objectively. I'm not saying that they're necessarily fun to play. Certainly Doom for the Saturn fucking sucked. But it doesn't mean that they're not impressive. And I don't know. I feel like people are way too keen on, only looking at, is this game objectively good or bad? And it's like, there's more interesting things about a game potentially than does it suck, you know? Certainly if we're talking about which version to play, I understand. but that doesn't excuse Doom for the PlayStation being a garish, brightly colored mess. I would take 32X Doom over PlayStation Doom. That is my hot take, chat. Do you mean the 3DO Doom? Sorry. No, I mean Saturn Doom. Saturn Doom was also kind of a mess. Wow, someone was fucking being cheeky with this part. They're like, yeah, you want to attack any of these guys? Come on. Give it a shot. Oh, you know the 3DO Doom. Sorry, excuse me. I do know 3DO Doom. That one is pretty fascinating for reasons outside of the port itself. Like the company who was lined up to do it completely overpromised, and then also didn't deliver any of the design docs to the programmer. Like there was no source code or anything. I don't believe so. So it was like a total. It was a total shit show, but it's a very fascinating shit show. Was my point. You know, 3DO Doom is. I think there's a case to be made for it being the worst of the Doom ports. Also, Doom for the Game Boy Advance, I think is great. I don't give a fuck. I think that is a lot of fun. I've played through that multiple times. Especially when you turn off the dynamic lighting to give it a better frame rate. Like, it's actually pretty fun. But again, it gets considered like one of the... Like Carl Jobs, for example, before he got felted by Billy Mitchell in court. Remember, he has to pay over $1 million Australian to Billy Mitchell. Man lost to the guy who's hated the most on the internet out of anybody. Anyway, he made a video about speedrunning good and bad Doom ports, and it seems like his only criteria for what a good and a bad port is it annoying to speedrun? Oh, that's right. I can't attack these guys when he's got spikes. Like that's the only metric for if it's a good or a bad port. And he put the Game Boy Advance version in with the bad ports because it was so easy to break and go out of bounds. It's like, I don't know if that's really the criteria. I don't know if that's the criteria that we should be going with for if it's a bad port or not. Given that, you know, it's a bug. It's unintended functionality. It's not even really a sign that the game is badly programmed, because when you play it like just as it is, it's pretty stable. I don't really know if I've ever encountered any actual fuck-ups with it. That's because they didn't know anything about game making. Their new monsters were just JPEGs they edited into screenshots for marketing. That is fascinating. Yeah, no, I guess I don't really know the full story behind 3DO Doom. You know, it just occurred to me, this boy looks like he should be in a fighting game. Yeah, I do know that there is a video of the whole ordeal. Is there ever going to be a way to get rid of these force fields? I'm sure there is. Maybe I'm also in the fighting game mindset because of the spin kicks that I keep doing. Are these exploding boxes? No, but they sure are hardened steel. Okay. Alright, let me just keep moving. Fuck. I wish I had functioning depth perception. I need 3D glasses like Sly 3 for the PlayStation 2. Time to put on your 3D glasses. Do you want to play the next section of this in 3D? And I'd always say no because the frame rate sucked. But boy, was it charming. Also, I didn't have any 3D glasses. You guys remember when 3D was supposed to be the next big thing? I'm kind of weirdly nostalgic for that. I know there was obviously the 3DS. But then also, you remember that YouTube had a 3D function for a while, and you could pick which version of how you wanted it to render in 3D? Do you think, like, I think all that functionality is gone now. Like, it doesn't even work for the videos that were in 3D. I think that's fascinating. It sure was a time. There we go. You don't scare me. I don't even remember that existing. Yeah, no, there were YouTube 3D videos, and they gave you an option for, like, which color anaglyph do you want to use, or if you happen to have, like, a display that could render 3D without glasses, it would put it in that format. Like, it was crazy. Shit was crazy. Is this just the way back down into the... No, this appears to go to a different place. I remember the big 360 degree push. Yeah, that was another thing. YouTube was experimenting with 360 video. That was crazy. I do remember that Minecraft could render in 3D. That's adorable as well. I recall Yahtzee saying about the 3D craze something on the lines of, it's more annoying to use and less immersive, this won't be popular. Yeah, and he was right, but also is it fascinating? Do I miss the days when there would be interesting technical experiments as opposed to generative AI shoved into absolutely fucking everything? You betcha, buddy. Like, I don't know, there was at some point where I felt like nerds were having ideas as opposed to marketers having ideas that just involve copying what all the other marketers are doing. And that's where we're at, and that's why everything is fucking AI. And it's not even... The thing is also, it confuses, like, less technically inclined people into conflating multiple different flavors of quote-unquote artificial intelligence. Like, we're not going to get, you know, HAL 9000 from fucking ChatGPT. It's not built like that. But they sure can sell it to people like that and be like, hey, AGI, it's coming in 8 months. It's always 8 months off. They're just looking to keep the gravy train going for slightly longer. And it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross, pretty despicable, and there's a reason I only play games that are like 20 years old. Yeah, he himself feels that way about VR. He loves it, but he never said it's going to be popular. It's not. I still occasionally have people, especially on Reddit, which of course makes perfect sense because it's Reddit, people who get like really uptight about me saying like, you know, VR is like a carnival game, right? Like, you know that shit is... It's impressive, but we're like how many years into the VR, supposedly the VR craze, and what is the killer app been? Beat Saber? You fucking kidding me? And this is supposed to take off someday? Like when? Whoops. I don't know. I find that crazy. That like, at what point do we admit that like, and they're like, oh, you know, VR. It doesn't require a really powerful computer anymore. It doesn't require, like, the glasses. Like, okay, great. So they've made major strides in making it accessible. Why has nobody bothered to access it then? You know, why does nobody give a fuck if it supposedly becomes so much better than it did in the days of, like, the Vive? Yeah, I mean, like I said, there is... I think it is. It was interesting, because speaking of Ed Zitron... In the last newsletter he put out, which is just yesterday, he mentioned that he'd seen people on Twitter in like 2023 being like, man, it's nice to be excited for something again. And like, doesn't that say a lot? Doesn't that say like, hey, technology has kind of like reached the end of the novel era, and now nobody can really be excited for anything because it's just kind of like everything has been solved. You know, at least when they're not intentionally making problems for everybody else to sell us the solution to. You know, so in the case of VR, people were starting to see all these hype cycles, and then they're like, oh man, it's like something to be excited about because it's like this new fascinating thing, right? So it's like I can't even really necessarily blame people for wanting to believe because there's not really a whole lot to believe in anymore. God is dead, you know. That said, VR is still not the future, and generative AI is still a scam. Yeah, and when something new comes up, it gets burned through pretty quick, like with AI. The thing is that AI, or generative AI, nobody ever found a killer use for it. It's the same thing with VR. Nobody ever found a killer use for it. It was a lot of technology that is impressive, but you go, well, what's the application for this? And then they go, well, it's AI. It feels like something out of fucking Spinal Tap. This goes to 11. It's like, okay, yeah, but brain melty. Like, it's insane. And I can't really blame people because again, we're monkeys. We're not really built to be like living in the future, man. But at some point, we got to realize like this doesn't do anything except badly summarized text. Yeah, no, exactly. When people make like shit posts and stuff with it, it's funny. But that's like it. That's all I've ever seen like the use of generative AI really is. Is there something I can do with these? I see them all over the place. Is there something I can do here? Because I'm kind of just running through the snow. The application is for business owners to replace people poorly. It doesn't even really do that very well. That's the worst part. It's more expensive than a worker. It's far more expensive, and it always will be. Remember, it costs Sam Altman like $2 million every time you say thank you to ChatGPT. Try climbing in the middle. Will do. And it's funny, too, because, again, going off of... I see now. Thank you, Moon. Going off of, like, other Ed Zitron newsletters, there was one where this insane marketer was like, that's right, we're going to have the first ever generative AI worker. And he was like, all right, so are they going to get, like, benefits? Do they have, like, workers' rights? Do they, you know, can they unionize? And, of course, she had no answers for any of this because it's just marketing. She's like, oh, shit, I didn't actually intend for you to ask me questions. Oh, shit. Because that's all it is. Nobody actually put thought into any of this. We just went, hey, it can kind of resemble sort of doing that, so let's do it, and fuck the consequences. And I can't say I'm too terribly impressed with the results. I don't think I can jump that gap, can I? I can! Jesus, this kid is athletic. Level skip? What? What? I wasn't supposed to go that way? I couldn't see what other way I was supposed to go. That's so funny. No! Don't slide off. I think you skipped something, yeah. That's so funny. Telling you, these level designers at Naughty Dog were too big-brained for me. I'm just a washed-up Guitar Hero player. I'm gonna try to do that again. I'm pretty sure in the games you did one of the paths backwards. I'm telling you, I'm not brilliant. Don't ever let me tell you otherwise. But hey, I'm having a good ass time, even though I don't know what the fuck's going on. Kind of reminds me of not comparing this game to Tunic at all, but it kind of reminds me of the way that people would say that one of the big strengths of Tunic was that it was like playing a game that wasn't translated. So you were like trying to figure it out for yourself, basically. That's kind of the feeling I get with Jak and Daxter, where I'm like, I'm sure this is not rocket science. I do see that there's the thing, by the way, the platform. Yeetery, hello, Tris. I'm sure it's not meant to be like 1200 IQ, but boy, that sure is how I've been playing it. I much prefer the Ratchet and Clank approach, where you just have a big gun and then you shoot it. That tends to be more my speed. Go back the path you fell down of. There's some eggs. Yeah, I was going back there. There were some eggs, but I also slipped. Seriously, the ice. Ice is never good in video games. Don't put ice in your game. I know that you want to make a snow level and there's ice around snow, but like, don't put ice in. Don't put... This sucks. Don't put ice in. Oh god, this is not only a flippy puzzle, but it's a timed flippy puzzle. Oh! Kino. Freeze Flame Galaxy literally over. Imagine how sore your hands would be spinning on the pole. I'm telling you, I don't believe he's human. He should not be dressed like this. He should not be able to do crazy jumps like that. He should not be able to spin on poles like that. At least Pac-Man had boxing gloves. He's just got some, like, bandages on his hands. That's it. Man, I do see that there's a power cell over there. This game is so unrealistic, I'm returning it to Blockbuster. Oh, nice. I didn't know I could actually jump up here. Anyway, I imagine I'd probably take this down back to the ground and use it to open up those vents, right? Yep. Nice. I know there's one left. Alright, let's do that one more time, and let's not, like, immediately fall to our deaths. Hop up this ledge, hop down here. Yeah! Now all we get are Uncharted's and The Last of Us's. It's a sad state of affairs. No! Shit. This game wasn't made by the same people who made the games you like. It was made by the same logo. Seriously, people gotta realize that. Like, video games... Teams... They change. No longer is, like, for example... You know, when Neversoft made a game in, like, 2002... You know it was the same people that made all those other baller as fuck Neversoft games. But now these development teams, the turnover is so bad, and it's because the game comes out and they immediately fire all the workers because it is easier than hiring people and keeping them. You also got to go the other way around now. I was watching a video about how boring Starfield is to play earlier. See, that reminds me of that that fucking Reddit thread that I found, or you found, or somebody found. It's like, why do people call Starfield a flop? And it's like, because Starfield is fucking saltine crackers, my friend. There's nothing interesting about it. It was A, broken as shit on release, and B, it hasn't really, like, done anything for the culture. It's not like Skyrim, where every game for like 2 or 3 years was referencing Skyrim. No game has ever referenced fucking Starfield. So yeah, that's why it was a disaster, even though, you know, and it failed. Even though, you know, in terms of player count, it might not have eaten shit. In terms of like how much money it made, it didn't eat shit. But like, no game has ever referenced Starfield. And that's because there's nothing to reference, you know? It sold equals success. Money went into the bank accounts of the executives. That means the game succeeded. So that's exactly how these people think. Hey, well, there's a big number on the Wikipedia page. Chud. You have holes in your brain. I don't know how else to tell you this. You have holes in your brain. Alright. You know what kills me? Again, look at this game. There's no loading screens. We're in 2025. There should not be a loading screen, especially when you require an SSD. You should be streaming all of the level data in the background, but you don't because you can't program. So instead, we have to sit through, hey, it's only 2 loading screens instead of 4. Go back to the middle building. It has an elevator in it. Then go left instead of right. Is that the one I'm on, or is that the one I'm looking at? I see. I know what you're talking about. Yep. And then go left instead of right. I do wonder if the criticism of Starfield is why they used a different engine for the remaster of Oblivion. It's not even like technical problems. I mean, technical problems were kind of the problem. Oh, I see. That shit does not stick out in the environment. I'm sorry, I did not see that. It's not even like technical problems were the worst you could say about Starfield. Oh, man. I thought I was jumping to it. Oblivion, New Vegas. Guys, it's just Skyrim with guns. Whoops. Sorry for commenting so much. But watching you, yes. I know that it is frustrating. Just know that I recognize it completely, and also I'm not going to do anything to stop it. I'm doing my best. Oh, motherfucker. I do appreciate the help, because here's the thing. If I'm running in circles, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Living your best life. Motherfucker! You were right there! Grab onto the pole, winky face. There we go. Okay. Jump on it. Wait. Jump on it. Good. Jump on it. Good. Jump on it. Good. Jump on it. Good. Come on, we're almost there. Okay. Good. Don't fall off. Thank you. Good. Good. We have so many eggs, chat. So many eggs. There we go. See? Now we're making some progress, Moon. That makes 2 power cells in this snowy mountain. The Precursor blockers, the 2 Lurker Glacier troops, open the frozen crate. Yeah, I know how to do all those. In rare W video game news, though, I was looking at some of the promotional material and some of the actual gameplay of Tony Hawk 3+4, and honestly, it looks kind of baller. I was not particularly taken with Tony Hawk 1+2. I thought that the levels were really visually noisy. Like, I'm sure it's still fun, but there was nothing about it that really felt like necessary. Whoops. But 3+4, I felt like the physics and also the actual like look of the levels was very, very true to 3, which I love. I have 100%ed 3 on 2 different platforms, soon to be 3. So, yeah, no, I really do love that game. But yeah, I'm very, very impressed, honestly. So, I suppose, and I mean, I will play through 1+2 at some point, but I just, I don't know. It's nice to occasionally have a game where it's like, oh man, that's kind of neat. That's actually kind of neat. I hope I can use my DualShock 2 with it through my RAFnet adapter, because, I mean, that's all a boy wants. Am I not supposed to jump up here? There we go. Okay. Let's try to solve, because clearly there's something I'm supposed to be able to do up here, right? And I see there's something down here, too. Is this something I can touch? It is. So now what do I do? Touch that red thing. Again, red looks like fire to me. So you see where I was confused. Can I do anything? I see that I've, like, fists of flame now. Fire! Punch the back of the ram machine. Alright. That would make sense. That would make sense. Oh. No. Ha. Well, fuck. Maybe there's something over here. Our brains are too smooth for these puzzles. I didn't realize you had to be a fucking Mensa candidate to play Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy. Oh, frozen boxes. Yo, chat, hold on. No! It doesn't do anything. Damn. Oh, this is awful. Do the overhead slam with the red shit. Okay. Alright. This is it, chat. This is the run. Nope. Maybe the kick? Nope. Absolutely terrible. Then try it with the shield generators. Alright. Oh! Yeah! Oh. Wow, look at that, chat. Well, see, alright, in my defense, they just bounce you away. So why would I think I can hop over it? Usually in games, if something has an aura around it that prevents you from hitting it, usually that means it extends over the item as well, not just around the item. Anyway, I can go down here now. Oh, I could always go down here, but still. Okay, so that there's an aura eco thing right there as well. Do I even need the red shit to be able to do this? Hold on. Man, I feel like I keep missing it. No, you don't even need the aura for this, meaning I've been ignoring those for like 2 fucking streams. Oh, man. Were there any in here? I don't think there was. Man, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're actually making some progress. Look at that bitch in the teeth with your Tims. Damn it. Huge. Huge. Absolutely huge, chat. This is real shit. This does leave the question of what is the red eco for? I mean, it makes sense that a Fire Hands eco would be on a snow stage. But what exactly, what is it for? What did he mean by this, chat? Woo. Man. I have no idea. No fucking clue. I just gotta go find more of them. Man. Freeze Flame Galaxy is so over. I'm pretty sure you said that already. That just means it's over even more, though. Super Mario Galaxy. I don't play any other games. It's a lifestyle. Listen, you work hard, you play hard. Remember, Nintendo does what Sony don't. Yeah. She's in Sovngarde, chat. Yeah! That's a hell of a distance. Nintendo is what Seg isn't. I like it. You've heard of PS3 has no games. Get ready for I suck at games. Yeah, there's no one of them eco events, right? I didn't even notice. Because I'm stupid. But again, doesn't this look like something you shouldn't touch? This looks like something you shouldn't touch. But nope. It's fine. It just gives you special powers. Oh, shit. The Switch 2 welcome tour is so funny. Speaking of, it's successful because it sold a lot of units. Happy Switch 2. There's no reason to buy a Switch 2, and yet a lot of people still fucking did. I'm in a chat for like Animal Crossing stuff. It's consistent, at least. That's fair. It does look like something you shouldn't touch, but you're a good way into the game now, and they've popped up repeatedly. Yeah, but in colors that are like... I don't know. I'm fucking DSP. What do you want? Have you seen how they're packaged? I swear I did. I swear I saw something about how shitty the packaging is. But anyway, I was in this Animal Crossing chat, and a guy was like, "Yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons runs smoother." I'm like, that sure was a good use of $500, huh? Yeah, GameStop was putting staples into the screens. That's what I saw, yeah. It's like, really? Really? I like that you can get smacked the shit out of by the machines. As smooth as the 2002 GameCube game. Now that's what I call a sound investment. Sorry, my thumb hurts. Too much Guitar Hero. Oh, I do see that there's a thing down there. Let's go hop to the thing. Oh. Wait a moment. I'm pretty sure I just did this backwards. Because that's where a bird is supposed to spawn, right? Also, for the record, you guys have seen me run past that vent how many times and nobody said anything? Chat, I thought I was supposed to be the dumb one. Level skip. See, really, I mean, listen, I might have been 2 years old at the time, but Naughty Dog should have had me on as a playtester. Because I would have destroyed fucking everything. We are all dumb here. Go away! Every time he molests me, it's like, your breath smells like fish. Go away. I'm a cool wolf. Oh my god, people are talking on After Sleep. I literally just have After Sleep going on the second computer at all times. That's why I'm always here. I'd rather die. Early. Well, 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 look who showed up. I was in the middle of the damn news. Jake, your job is less important than my stream, alright? You should know this by now. If anything, I should be on the news. I'll tell you all about how cool of a wolf DCB is. Or something, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be on the news. Oh, here's another one. Okay. Wait. That's what they're for. To kill those guys. Because didn't the screen say there was 2 of them? Stop the last lurker glacier troop. Okay. Which means there's 1 more. But I just gotta find where he is. Oh, there's a power cell! Hey! First try. He's in a cave. You got hit by his ram like 5 minutes ago. Sorry, I wanted to see if I could smack the snowballs now that I have the power of fire. And it doesn't appear to be able to. That's okay. Okay. So what was that power cell for? That was the precursor blockers. Man, I could get some cells for all these orbs I've collected. But for now... Survive the lurker-infested cave. I just gotta figure out how to get past the rams. Once I do that, it's free real estate. Obedient cat. What did he mean by this, chat? Isn't the cave the one filled with the bunnies and explosive crates? That's oh, you're right. I never actually beat that. Alright, so let me go find where that was. Because that sounds about right. Or at least it sounds... left? I don't know. I got work in the morning. I think it's where you were going. This game needs fast travel. All right, this game would be a lot better if it was Skyrim. Okay, that's all I'm saying. There's places on the internet where people would actually hate me for saying that, even as a joke. Ah, jeez, dude. Yeah, no, I think this is. Oh God. Nope. Nope. I think you're right, Moon. I think this is definitely. There's another of the event things. Okay. I get canceled for video game opinions. I get canceled for a lot of things. Alright, so survival is not going too well. But at least we have a plan ahead, I suppose. First try. Can we get some first tries in the chat? First try for In My Heart. I think I had to go back, actually. It's not my fault that the best way to move on ice is to make crazy fucking poses all damn day. See if try doing the ground pound with the red vents does radial damage. All right, it probably does. That does sound about right. I feel like that would still blow up the Dark Eco boxes. Man, I am so awful at navigating. This instant ramen could feed 2 people. I am of Ragret. Mapmaker can't navigate? Question mark. Why do you think that none of my maps have particularly complicated layouts? This is the best game of the PS2. Wow, that's not something I agree with whatsoever. I think I would take literally any of the other platform mascots for the PS2 over this. It's not bad. It's just I'm not having the most easy time with it. And despite all that, Tony Hawk 3 and Guitar Hero 2 exist. So, you know. I don't know. Thank you for popping in nonetheless. Welcome, welcome. Put in fridge and save for later. There's the other guy. And there's a vent. Alright, chat. We got it. Yeah, we also got Metal Gear Solid in the chat. Which is actually funny, because there was a guy earlier who was posting on Reddit about, I don't know, some fucking game, and he's like, oh, it's the best game of the PlayStation 1. And I'm like, it's not even the best RPG, but also, you know... Oh, there we go. Sweet. You know, Metal Gear Solid exists. Tony Hawk 2 exists. Williams' Arcade Greatest Hits exists. First try, chat. First try. We did it. We're making progress. Look, I'm not completely brain dead. I promise. Super Mario Galaxy would have been one of the best PS1 games if the Nintendo PlayStation happened. Now we're just getting into, like, crazy fan and wiki bullshit. If Nintendo was cool like Sony was... Alright, I see. I figured it out. I figured out where we're going. Spyro is the best game on the PS2 because you can play it on the PS2. This is a good way to think of it. This is true. Make a that almost certainly exists, Gabby. A PS2 cover design for Super Mario Galaxy, that definitely exists. Somebody has made that. And they're, like, 35 and mildly mid-functioning. Okay. So now, I'm about to be super good at video games. Watch this. Let's do that radial damage. Or, hopefully. What?! I'm stuck underneath him. What the shit was that? You saw that, right? I couldn't jump because he was on top of me. I gotta say, I might be okay with that if, you know, if I was okay with that. I found a PS3 one. Yeah, close enough. Oh god. Fuck. You're telling me that a Wii game would play best with Wii controls? Oh my god, people are talking in after sleep. Oh shit. Cammy never changes. Tell me what channel to tune to. Channel 69. Okay. Can I make it across the bridge, chat? Trapper. That's true. He is a bunny. DCB, that was a very astute observation of you. I love it. I'm not even commenting on things happening in my chat. I'm commenting on things happening on an obscure website. I am a news director for a local Fox affiliate. Who? Embarrassingly easy to defeat. Man, you get defeated by my girlfriend? Ouch. Okay. Alright. You're right. If I do a ground stomp, it does do like an aerial, or like an area attack. This appears to be the play. See, guys, I've gone from 60 IQ to 80 IQ. Just like that. Alright, this is going to be the tricky one. Oh, nope. No damage. No damage. Ugh. After Sleep missed an opportunity by not being called post-somnus. It's funny, because Friday was inspired by Somnol. But the name After Sleep isn't actually his. It's a, it was an why did I do that? I pressed square instead of circle. It was actually like an existing website that was well defunct, and he took the name because he thought it sounded cool. And I'm like, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. So it was just like a weird coincidence that like we both have sleep kind of names, which is again why I'm like, hey, you should finish up that Sleepy Web ring. And I don't know if there's any actual chance of that happening someday. Yeah, honestly, pretty cool. All right, let's see. How have we done? So we still have to open the frozen crate, and then the scout flies, and then there's also one that we haven't even found. It'll be out when my site is finished. Sites are never finished. .com boom. Sites only stop getting updated because life. Fuck. So there's nothing up there. It has to do with these ramps, right? Go on the gondola. I thought the gondola was the way back down to the fucking mines, but alright. No! Oh, there's a scoutfly box. Fuck yeah. It sure is a good thing I didn't listen to Moon. Fuck, I forgot me dumb. No worries. We are all dumb. Hells, yes, though. So we are at 65 power cells and 64% complete. Super sweet. Super cool. Hells yes, whatever that means. Yeah, I think that's the way back down to the mines. So we will be going back down there because there's some easy power cells I could get for all these eggs, but you know. Not yet. There's still 1 or 2 power cells I can get up here. Right? Yep. It's whatever the hell that one is, and then the frozen crates. Which I saw the frozen crates, but I can't open them with the firepower that the game gives me. What were they thinking? Oh, shit. Yeah. Did you do the ground pound near them? I believe I did. I think I did the ground pound on them. I guess we're about to see. Yep, nothing. Sweet FA, chat. What's crazy is you can tell that there's stuff underneath here. I just want to take a moment to appreciate the title of this Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy stream. Thank you. I do my best to come up with names that are informative and accurate to the contents of the stream. Try going down the cave. See if you can reach that area. That area is just the platforms going up and down. That's where we came from. Unless you mean the caves past the frozen boxes. I don't know. When will we see Greg Heffley? Do you want to see Greg Heffley? Yeah, those ones. Okay. 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 This appears to be a thing. I think we've been here, though. Okay. And that just connects us down here. Go below the fort. Where is below the fort? Is it down there? I don't think so. Oh, fuck. So the area you level skipped before. Okay. He sure is a charmer. Oh, motherfucker. What is worse? These puzzles or the Chairman Drek fight? These puzzles. Because at least the Chairman Drek fight, I knew what I was supposed to do. And the Chairman Drek fight only lasted a stream. This has lasted multiple. With my clueless ass. Oh, come on. It's fine. Just fuck it. Fall. It's fine. Maybe... Is it the bridge? Let's go to the bridge. Let's go over the bridge. Oh, that just brings us down into this canyon with the bird. Never mind. Oh yeah, that's the bird area. I think we did the bird part. I think that was actually the first thing I did in this area. Okay, go to the fort entrance. Alright. I guess go... Do you, like, go down these bits? Oh, I see. Okay. I have no idea where the fort entrance is, if I'm honest. You can't reach your arms up? There we go. Yeah, no, it's pretty vampiric. Again, we haven't found what this vent is for. It has to be over here for a reason, right? I think it was for the shield guy you killed there. You're right, that's what it was, yeah. So anyway, Moon, is the fort entrance down like those steps-ish? Whatever you want to call them, the little rock bits. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go. Yes, you can see the fort down there. Yeah, I see the fort. Alright. Oh, duh, the fort. That's where we were in with the those jumping puzzles. All right. Okay. Fuck. Okay, now go the opposite direction of the entrance. Yeah, no, seriously. Can somebody get this boy any clothes at all? No, in the opposite direction of the entrance. Are you talking about up that way? Or go down? Like go past it? No, go down. Like down here? Okay, yeah, you're right. This is where I did the level skip. Okie dokie. Still no bird in here. So when you were here earlier, you managed to drop down, yeah, with the moving platform. Yeah. I'm in here. Doesn't actually appear to, like, be anything in here. Take the moving platform to the other side. I think that just takes me back up. Yeah. This vent has to be for something. Go back to the bunny cave. The vent was for the shield guy. Yes. Okay. Yep. Yep. We're parsing this out one piece at a time. Yeah. What even am I trying to do here? Open the frozen crate. I think we've completed everything. As far as, except for that first fucking power cell that I have no idea what I'm even supposed to do there. Yeah, I think I'm about ready to just take the gondola back down. I don't really need to do 100% completion, and I'd rather get the power cells I know how to get as opposed to trying to find ones I don't. I think that would just make for a more entertaining stream anyway. But I just kept things moving. But we'll go back. If we truly need to, we'll go back. Why did I do that? At least there's really no penalty for dying. Other than having, you know, otter breath shriek in your face. Skyrim mod idea. If you jump while facing your follower, they would jump. Immediately feel like an online game. That's cute. You two are trying to say Apple at the same time. Okay. Don't want to go in there yet. I want to trade out some of these eggs. Here we are. Here's the two guys. Right? Yep, and 2 miners. So this will get us 2 power cells, which is good. What do you think Precursor eggs taste like? They look like metal? Showing off them animations. Okay, so actually we can bring them another 180 orbs. If we find them. Yeah, but what do you think is inside them? I didn't know they opened up. I mean, they're like Kinder eggs. Well, I guess that's the only thing left to do here, right? Is just to give them more eggs. How many? I mean, let's see. Hold on. We've gotten all the eggs here. Snowy Mountain basically gotten all the eggs. Mountain Pass. Precursor Basin did get all the eggs. Boggy Swamp got all of them. Rock Village, we're missing a bunch. Misty Island, we didn't get any. Forbidden Jungle, most of them. Sentinel Beach, most of them. Yeah, let's just go look for more eggs. They look like chocolates. There we go. That's what I actually wanted to do. I don't think you can go to Misty Island yet. I don't know. That's probably why I don't have any eggs there. Anyway, we're going to go back to Geyser Rock, and I'm going to try to polish off some of the early levels. Because really what I need right now are orbs. I don't actually know. I don't remember how many precursor thingies I needed. So we are on Geyser Rock right now. But yeah, that's what I need right now is orbs. So let's just go hunting for those. It's so charming coming back here and again all the lush greenery, and it's no doubt not bitterly fucking cold. Jak is comfy. It is. It very much is. That's the thing. I never want it to sound like I don't like the game just because I'm confused about where to go. I do. I really do like the aesthetic of it, especially. Did I get all the scout flies here? I did. Oh, there's the eggs. There we go. 50 out of 50. But yeah, as far as the aesthetics go, and mostly the gameplay, you know, it's a satisfying game. I'm definitely gonna like enjoy having to beat it. I mean, we're already almost 70% the way through, so it's not gonna be long until Jak is completed. And I imagine we'll still have a couple weeks before I sorry about the highway noise. I have a couple weeks before I go off to Wales, which I'm not even sure what necessarily all we'll be doing in Wales. I mean, I'll be streaming with Kebby, of course. So, you know. But if we start anything, I'd ideally like it to be something that I can finish in Wales. So I guess her and I will talk about like what we want to do for those 6 weeks, and then coming back. I don't know how many weeks will be left in the year, but I think we'll start up Pac-Man World 2. I do have that. That's another one that I want to beat. And what else do I want to play through for you guys? Stay on it. Fuck. I guess just go to the Green Sage's hut, right? Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. So I wanted to get back to Sandover Village. And we are missing none here. We're missing about 20 of them. 21 in Sentinel Beach. So we will be going to the beach. But yeah, basically just like trying to think of what other games I want to do this year, and then I think next year I probably want to start streaming some stuff from the library of the other Somnolians. So might as well. Oh, Neopets: The Darkest Fairy. That's one I have actually been thinking of completing, because I do still have my save for it back when I was playing it on emulator in 2021. I'd like to finish that. You know. So I still have my save, and I think it runs just fine on PCSX, not PCSX2, MX4 SIO. So that'd be cool to finish that and turn what was initially a failed playthrough into a completed one. Believe me, I might actually, what I might do is I might just watch my old VODs of the playthrough and just catch you guys up verbally. Yeah, exactly. It's the 21 streams leading right up to the 2025. Yeah, exactly. It's right where we left off. So what I might do is I might rewatch all of them and then like verbally catch you guys up on if there was anything you're missing as far as context goes. And if anybody is still really that concerned, they can just go and watch my old streams, because there's really not much difference. I'm still basically doing the same things. I think I'm just more comfortable with them. I mean, it was definitely There are definitely a lot of times where I just like, all right, fuck this, see you guys later, you know, and that kind of sucked. But I haven't had the urge to do that in a while. Even when, you know, I'm kind of annoyed about technical problems, you know. Yeah, 2021 was a trip, wasn't it? It sure was a time. And it is, I don't know, it is cool now to just, I don't know, see how much stuff is better. Oh, fuck. Because stuff is a lot better now, you know. Not just in the world, but personally. I mean, it's funny, watching that SimCity Supercut video that I made. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how you get back up. Borb was there, you know? And it's like, man, that alone is a major difference, you know? Someone there who, I mean, we keep tabs on occasionally, and certainly doesn't seem to be doing much better. And meanwhile, we're completely different. Everything is just, I don't know, so much more comfortable. It's crazy. It really is. How much different things were back then. Mon was still in the group. You know, I don't think he was really present for the streams all that much, but he was still in the group at that time. And now we have no idea where he is, you know? Things were different. Things were majorly different. Alright, so we got all the eggs and stuff up here. But yeah, I would like to finish it up. Like I said, Pac-Man World 2 is another one that I'd like to do. I've heard it has its bullshit moments, and I've never beaten it, but be nice. Kind of, I guess, doing it in reverse order. We have aged. We have aged. I think we've definitely grown. I think we have grown quite a bit. I think it's been very, very good. And this game is so lush. Genuinely really comfy. I could see why people would say this is like one of the best games on the console. Not from that era, but I still want to watch that Minecraft Alpha VOD eventually. Still have it bookmarked. Yeah, no, that was a fun stream as well, and I do want to continue that world. You know, I do still have the world, obviously. I got to do backups. I'm going to be doing backups tonight because there's a bunch of stuff that I'm not sure I have saved, and I want to make sure that I obviously keep my stuff. Sometimes my computer scares me with technical hiccups and whatever, and I keep backups of a lot of different things at this point. Everything from like my stuff I favored on DeviantArt to like my PS1 or my PS1 and PS2 memory cards. I keep backups of those. Like I have a program called the Memory Card Annihilator, and it lets me make images of memory cards and stuff. So I keep backups of those. I have my 3DS NAND backed up, my Wii NAND backed up. Like, I want it to be, if any technical part of any part of my setup fails, I have the ability to restore from it, you know? And I haven't backed up in a bit. I'm actually due to back up the Somnolescent sites as well, but I'm holding off slightly, waiting for DCB to do something with his first, because I know that he's going to be making something soon. So, I just waiting for that. I like to do it every 3 months. I do it seasonally now. I used to do it every month. There's no reason for that anymore. I don't remember the last time Savannah updated her site, for example, so there's really no reason to just, like, make tons of backups like that anymore. It made sense in 2019, because that was a lot of what we did. But yeah, I know there's a fish. The two things I cared enough for to back up to a USB drive are my Minecraft world and Firefox bookmarks. That's fair. I mean, some people don't really have a whole lot they want to back up, you know? For me, it's not just that I do, it's also that I have a lot of data that other people kind of entrust me with, you know? So, of course, I'd like to keep all that stuff safe as well. Believe me, making backups of the sites has very much saved us many times when files go missing. Wasn't there eggs on top of the house? Oh, I remember. Yeah, we got those. Nothing that I can see. Does anyone else get the vibe from PS2 graphics sometimes, or it feels like they're upgraded N64 graphics? Like, if you look at, like, texture smoothing and stuff, it really does sometimes feel like this is, like, a next-gen version of the N64 sometimes. I don't know. PS2 games give me that impression sometimes. Maybe it's over there. All I have backed up is my art files on OneDrive. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if that's all that you have to back up, I guess it's not the end of the world, but it's, I don't know, there's certainly a lot that I would like to keep safe. Nope, got those. Gives me DS vibes a little. This game would be interesting to see with, like, DS graphics. I mean, I know that, like, when I play through games, not always, sometimes I don't really care, but, like, for PS2 games and stuff where there's, like, a memory card, I always like to have the memory card, you know? So it's nice to have an image of those, just in case the memory card ever fails, that kind of stuff, you know? Nothing I'd expect anybody else to do, but I like to do. Nope, those are just eco. This is just a cannon. I'm really not sure where fucking eggs could be. That's fine. If I can find them off stream, I will. Maybe I'll look up an egg guide or something. And we got all of the eggs in the village, so we are on to, I think, the jungle, looking for eggs. I mean, we need, what, 90 of them to get another power cell, so yeah, I guess this is just what I'll be hunting for until the end of the stream, and then I'll probably do some off-stream as well. This is like the only game where I've ever wanted to play it off-stream, because I just want to... I know the progression can be a little slow, for me, at least. Yeah, we've gotten all those. I mean, already we have massively gone past the how long to beat estimate for this game. Alright, yeah, so... Oh, this is still in the village. Alright, we have 15 to find here. Oh my god, live auto-site commits while I'm streaming. You heard it here first, folks. Auto-site is still in active development. Right now, as we speak. It's an undead project. It's good. It's good that there's still work being done on it. He's still cackling. He's still insane, chat. Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, DCB likes the Python version a little bit more than he likes the whatever the fuck version. But I just use AutoSite Core, honestly. It's the OG AutoSite. It is. And I did get plenty of use out of it back in the day. You do. You do. It was coming out really cute, Kebby. You should. Gotta turn that obsession into creativity. I have no idea where the last couple eggs are. This is crazy. It's kind of hard for it to be an autism subsite when the entire site is autistic. Hey, listen, that's why I like it. Maybe in the underground area. It's not a bad idea. I know this is maybe the way to the underground area. I don't think it is. But let's go in here anyway and just see. That's DCB's motto. It's entered from the top of the building. Okay, so we are going the right way. I just gotta be careful. Fuck. You know what I realized as well that I gotta replay that I have not actually played through? I don't have a finished save for the SpongeBob movie game. And I was like, that's a good ass game because it's basically just Battle for Bikini Bottom 2.0. You know, I think it's the exact same engine and developers and everything. But man, that's a good game. And there's a retro achievement set for it, so I'll probably go for that relatively soon. I like free points, I like easy points, and that's what this is. Fuck! Oh, thank God. Oh, hello. Have we been in here? Cracked open white monster. That was a good game. Ah, man. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh. Well. Camera. Hello. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's crazy. Get on it. Get on it. Really? I really do feel like there's something down here that I've missed. Maybe I'll try that middle area. I don't think... Did I go down the middle area? I don't think I did. Oh, that just takes you over here. Man. I do see there's a vent in this room. Let's see what it does. Just opens the door. I got the ones up here. Man, I am stumped as to where these fucking eggs could be. I'm gonna check down here again. There could have been something that I missed. Secret eggs. Whoops. Maybe... Can I do the fishing game again? Doesn't seem so. Hey, maybe over here? No, I think I've been over here. I'm really using 100% of my brain, chat. I'm having a stroke right now. Had an NPC called Frightened Woman run up to me yelling, "Help!" I thought it was because of the dragon chasing her. It turns out she escaped from bandits and it had nothing to do with the dragon. It's a common Skyrim occurrence. The dragon is just, you know, there. It just works. Alrighty, so I think what the plan is like I said, I'm gonna keep looking for eggs off stream. Because at the moment right now I'm just kind of running around the levels and not a whole lot of progress is being made. And obviously that'd be fine if like we were, you know, chatting or whatever, and we kind of are, but I figure I could let you guys go for the evening and I'll get back to you when I've again found a whole bunch more eggs, get some more power cells going, and some more progress is actually being made. So not that I don't enjoy this, but you know, it's been 2 hours. I know the Moon's probably gonna quit out in a bit, and you know, it's late over in Europe. So yeah. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Ugh. Stretch. it's all good. I'm glad that we got to stream for a little bit. I certainly don't mind what all had occurred earlier. I'm just glad that we got it all sorted. Thank you, Windows, as always. It's definitely been a good stream length. It says that we were just over the 2-hour mark, so 2 hours is not a small stream by any capacity. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, I'll be back with more Jak. We'll continue jacking, if you will. Plus, yeah, it's like 20 minutes just hanging out and chat. So good stuff. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Love you guys. I will see you next Tuesday, as always. And hopefully with more eggs and more power cells in hand. Love you. Bye.